Let's move on to the third day. And God said, "Let the waters be gathered together under the heavens into one place, and let the dry land appear," and it was good. At this stage, the earth was completely covered by water. On the third day, God commands, "Let the waters be gathered together under the heavens." We saw that the heavens refer to the atmosphere of the earth, into one place, and let the dry land appear, meaning the land began to rise and fall. This created a geological system, geological changes all over the world. Thus, dry land emerged, and the waters gathered in one place. According to this verse, we should have seen one continent, regardless of its shape, but just one continent, surrounded by one ocean of water. Today, everyone is familiar with the map of the continents of the world. There are different opinions in the scientific world about whether to divide the continents into 5. Some say 7 continents, and the more accepted opinion is that there are 7 continents. On the surface, reality seems to contradict the verse. Just 80 years ago, a German geologist named Wegener noticed an interesting phenomenon, and he said, "Look, the bulge of the African continent seems as though it came out of the gap between the 2 American continents, and the bulge of South America fits perfectly into the gap in Africa. There is an enormous distance between them, with an ocean separating them." He continued to examine all the continents and said, "Listen, this is amazing. All the continents fit together like a puzzle. What does this mean?" He dedicated his life to research and came to a clear conclusion. Once there was a single continent that split apart, and today this is scientifically accepted. There is clear evidence. For example, they found red rocks that belong to a desert on one continent, and they found the same rock on another continent, and it is a giant rock. They examined the geological conditions on the edges of the continents here and there, the plants. There is a lot of evidence. Today it is absolutely clear beyond any scientific doubt. This is one of the greatest discoveries of the last 100 years, that there was once a single continent that split apart. When we open the Holy Zohar of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, we discover a surprising statement about this verse. "Let the waters be gathered together under the heavens into one place, and let the dry land appear." What we today call a continent, he calls it land. And he says this is what we received from our sages. One land from which the waters were separated, and from it 7 lands were formed. In other words, the same continent turned into 7 continents. Whoever pays attention will find this statement amazing because, first, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai dedicated his entire life to uncover this. Rabbi Shimon says this in one sentence in the Zohar, and if that is not enough, he speaks about 7 continents. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, may his memory be blessed, lived 2,000 years ago. America had not been discovered yet, nor had Australia been discovered. How did he know there were 7 continents? But Rabbi Shimon says, "Know that this is what we received in our Torah." Some say that what is written in the Torah, that Peleg was born because in his days the earth was divided. What does the earth was divided mean? It simply means what was once thought that in his time God divided the languages and the people dispersed. But others say that in those days, when the earth was divided, it was literally so. At that time, the crack happened, the land split, they turned into different continents, and the waters filled the gaps between the continents, creating all the oceans. We should know that we are walking with the truth. We are walking with God, even when things may seem at first like a question on the Torah, but he knows this is divine Torah. There is no doubt that Moses is true and his Torah is true.